Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself on the panel as the two legends, the two Ronnies, Morecambe and Wise, Abbott and Luke Costello, Lauren Hardy, Bridge and Fox. How we doing, boys?
Good evening, lads.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you two guys? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Good evening, Beth. What is that you going tonight, Fox? Is that, would you call that peach? Bridge?
I think so. It is peach, isn't it? Oh, come on, Foxy, tell the truth.
No, it's no orange. What is it, Fox? What is it?
Washed out yellow, mate.
All right,
okay. Very good.
How are you, Foxy boy?
Not bad. Spent the whole morning today watching second series of Killing Eve. That was good entertainment, past the date.
You had a few lady friends like her, didn't you?
Oh, aye, she reminds me a lot of my ex-wife or that. Mad
Oh
Killer
my
Assassin.
God. What a shocker you are, boy. What a shocker.
She's a bit of a psycho, isn't she?
Aye, she was indeed. Very enjoyable.
I'm talking about Eve. No, you're.
Oh, right.
Dear.
Oh, Foxy boy.
What a shocker, Fox. What a shocker, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, after last night, great memories about Manchester. Some good calls, mate. The boy for Burnley area, mate, that was a smashing call.
Ronnie, it was indeed, yeah.
Sometimes, tremendous call. But we've also got a wee walk down and no so far, but it was the last major trophy one, I'm afraid, and little did we know what was coming a few months later. But if you get yourself a mute, we'll have a wee blast for the past for your Fox.
If I can get it there, mate, I'll be with you in a second.
All right, okay. They'll take the wind out yourselves.
No, I'm ready. I'll just go in now.
Aye, ready.
Faithful followers of Rangers have come down the A77 in their hordes, planning a party. Jelavic onto Davis, and Lafferty's in already. He scored inside the first minute. Kyle Lafferty makes his presence felt yet again. Rangers on their way. Naismith now for Greg Wild. Clancy tracking him. Naismith, Jelavic is free. Naismith did not need him. 2-0 up inside 5 minutes. Rangers in a rush towards the title. They're in again. Jelavic and Lafferty's onside. He scored again. This is incredible. This is remarkable. This is extraordinary. Wrapping up the title in no time. He might be about to get in on the act. It's Jelavic. Brilliant. Just brilliant from Nikita Jelavic. And this is turning into some send-off for Walter Smith. Lafferty wants the pass. He's got it. And is he in here? He is! Kyle Lafferty has got his hat-trick. It's 5-0 to the champions.
Well, it's certainly Rangers Day and it's certainly Kyle Lafferty's day.
Well, great memories. But what I've got to say, lads, all great goals as well. Bridgeman.
Oh, I remember. I had to work. We were doing a big job and it was in the plant in Paisley there, and it was on. I was listening to it on the radio, and it felt like every 5 minutes I was shouting another goal for Rangers, and all the Tims in there were going mental, That was brilliant. Really good, really good. I wanted to go to Ibrox. If we finished up right on, if we at the planned time, I was going to just motor down to Ibrox and get involved with the crowd, but we had to work until about 6 o'clock that night. Unbelievable. However, what marvellous, and I've only seen it on the telly, and a number of times I've been one of the best displays Rangers have ever put on away from home in the league. Brilliant.
It was bizarre, Fox. But what I'm saying is the goals. I mean, if you take the first goal, I think it was Jelavic knocked it back to Stephen Davis, a real intelligent header to Lafferty. And whether we like it or not, it was a great finish for the big fella.
Scored a hat-trick that day, and all the goals were good, mate, but I think the pick of them was the Jelavic free kick, mate. I thought that was a screamer.
Well, what I will say, the one that got off at his hat-trick when he done the bear camp, when it hit his leg and spun round the boy, if he'd meant that...
No. It was a title game, mate, that the referee, I think it was Craig Thompson, never got a chance to influence because the game was over after 6 or 7 minutes. So with the Tims being 1 point behind us, I think it was in the run-up to that game, at least it was no refereeing that bad decisions or they couldn't have altered the score at that time, you know.
Yeah. I think that first goal was totally outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Every player touched that ball. It was a really good pass to whomever they were passing it to. And that last ball for Davis over the top there and Big Lafferty. That was really, truly a fabulous goal. For me, fabulous goal. Best goal I've seen Lafferty score.
Maybe. As Big George Logan called him, a daffodil. He came out after Easter, wasn't it? Anyway, so some great thoughts, some great memories. If people want to join us, these are thoughts. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 01413561972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You come in, you can talk to Fox direct. I think Fox is taking the relationship. Bridge is on the cooking tonight, and I'll do travel.
And it did say if you're phoning in by your phone, if you just let it ring a few times and hang up, then we will call you back. Thank you very much.
CC sent me one, Bridge. He's asked for you directly, mate. He said, when you're making your poached eggs, do you put vinegar in your water?
Oh, yes.
All right, mate. All right. There you go. A Bridge tip.
A Bridge tip. Just a wee bit, but, just a wee bit.
Not too much. Not too much, mate. What do you do when you're finished making your eggs? You use that water to wash your windies?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Anyway, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, Oxtail. How we doing? Hi, Bridgeman, Fox. How we doing, guys?
How we doing?
How are you, Rudy?
I'm good, Bridge. Thank you very much. Had a nice chicken curry before you ask.
Thank you very much. What kind?
a wee chicken madrassa night. It was lovely.
Oh. Chicken madrassa, you dancer.
Aye.
Naan bread?
A wee bit of naan bread, yeah. And
what kind of naan bread do you like, pal?
Oh, I like a garlic naan.
You're a garlic
Rudy,
naan man.
One of your breaths always howling, boy.
Tell you what. Rudy, I like the Peshwari naan. It's beautiful.
Oh, the Peshwari's nice.
You sweet. That's a bit, that's a bit, know what I mean? It's a bit girly.
A bit, what, a garlic naan?
No, his.
Oh, his.
It's looking at one.
Peshwari naan's brilliant, by the way. Absolutely
looking
brilliant.
At one, no, it's a bit girly.
It's not coconut, it's sweet. It's a sweet one.
That's what I mean.
What's the keema naan? That's the mince one, isn't it? I don't mind that one. Wee keema naan.
You make me hungry again. I've just had my dinner, by the way.
I like a plain naan, and Fox likes any naan he can get hold of.
Very good.
What's on your mind, Rudy?
Just I sat and watched that game earlier on the day again and brought back some fantastic memories. Back in the day, Ox, when you actually had to go and win a title to get it, you know what I mean? And I just the whole day for me was just, after the game finished, it was a blur. I sat in my mate's place, something just off Byers Road.
All right. God's country, West End of the city, Bridge, isn't it?
West End, the posh part of it.
But where were you then, Rudy? Where were you?
It was just off the top end of Byers Road, just a street next to, where the Oran Mora's Bridge.
Yes, just past that, Kersland Street.
Aye, Kersland Street, that's what it was called. I couldn't remember it there. So there was 5 of us sat in his living room, and I think we'd started when the bag of...
The first question, how were you allowed to frequent that area?
I had contacts.
Good yourself, Rudy.
My mate's dad was high up. He still is actually in the Royal Bank of Scotland, and they had a lovely big old Victorian flat there. So they did an really old style flat, beautiful big place. It had about 4 or 5 rooms in it or something like that. So he was there because He was doing a doctorate at Glasgow Uni at the time, so he was. So that was his pad, so to speak. So we kind of headed there to watch the game, you know. Started on the cans early. The bottles of beer came out quite early, I have to say. I was nervous, to be honest with you, because I wasn't sure.
Oh, I was still nervous when it was 4-0, mate.
Honestly, I didn't relax, Ox, until the third goal went in. Only when the third goal went in did that was that. But you know, see the first goal goes in. Big Kyle Laffy scores an absolute beauty for the edge of the box. Chips Cammy Bell, wasn't it? So he chips a goalie, and the place the 5 yards just erupted. You know, we're barely settling down. The game had just started. You know, the next thing we know, we're 1-0 up. Shortly after that, we're 2-0 up with a cracking goal, you know, for Stephen Naismith. I'm sure you know, as you know, Ox. And then fantastic pass for Jelavic for...
pass it wasn't pass of the game, it was pass of the season.
It was a beauty of a pass, it really was, you know. And then
another great finish, because the big man never broke stride, mate.
No, he certainly didn't. It was just perfect pass from him, ran onto it and scudded it right into the corner. Superb. And that was it. That was party time for us. So I don't think we've seen much of the rest of the game, to be honest. We were dancing about and singing that much. But aye, some fantastic memories. But as I say, Ox, back when you actually had to win a league title, mate, we won it.
Yes, when men were men. And
yeah. Absolutely, and Rangers were flying. They just came out of the traps that day and just flew at Kelly. You know, I don't think Kelly, possibly for say maybe the first 20 minutes or so, didn't know what had hit them. You know, Rangers were excellent that day.
The Rangers team that day was full of, if you like, guys who had a bit of experience in them,
yeah.
But the boy Wild was a strange one.
Who was
so the Rangers team was McGregor, Weir, Papach, Whittaker, Bagheera, Wild, Edu, Davis, Lafferty, Naismith, Jelavic. Substitutes: McCulloch, Diouf, and David Healy. God, I would have never get that.
No, I would
him come on in the 89th minute.
I wouldn't have until I watched it again. To be honest, I forgot about David Healy. To be honest, Stocks. To be honest with you, he'd gone right out of my head completely. So, you're right. That was the substitutes, you know. As I said, I didn't realise that until I watched it again. But it was just a fantastic day all around. We headed off into the town after that, so we did for a few beers, and I don't know how many places we visited, you know. And it was a real party atmosphere. All the Bears were in the town centre later on that night and everything. And it was really a great way. A great way to win a league title, Ox, and you can understand in a way. I was talking about it with my nephew this afternoon, who was just a kid at the time, but I was talking to him about it this afternoon, you know, and I was explaining to him, this is one of the reasons why they hate us so much, because of the amount of pain that we've given them the years, Ox, you know what I mean? But it was a fantastic...
Go back to the boy Wild, Fox. He was badly advised, wasn't he? If he was going to make it, he was in that team, getting a game, and he should have hung a boot, shouldn't he? Or did he just get carried away?
Did he not set up Naismith's goal in that game?
Aye.
No.
Was that not the last game that Healy played for us?
It would have been.
We're talking about Wild.
I was sorry.
We've had a few young boys that's come into the side, mate, and just they play well for a few games. And then disappear, and we never see them again. It's a shame, mate. I don't know what happens with him. He looked apart when he first came on the scene with Rangers, right?
He kept it simple, didn't he? Wasn't he? He was a complicated player, you know. But he never went on to do it.
Ox scored that cracker of a goal against them, wasn't it? He's got
Jamie Ness.
Sorry, that was Jamie Ness. I'm thinking, I mean, there's another boy that had talent. Seemed to
nickname The Lock.
The Lock, aye. There was another boy, a young player that looked like he had a bit of talent, you know.
Always injured, mate. And I think when he left us, when he Stoke, he was 3 or 4 year contract. He was injured near enough the whole time there.
Aye, I suppose you're right, aye.
You know, when you get injuries as a young man, Bridge, the chance of longevity in your career is very little, isn't it?
Yeah, you know as well after you've had it, when you get the injuries, you know within a very short space of time when you restart trying to play football, You just know if a footballer knows, and they need. That's why the people that look after them today do a fabulous job, because sometimes when you get an injury, you think, I'm not even bothered going back to train. You just think yourself it's gone. But if you get a decent trainer, it's a guy to look after you, then you'll be all right. But my goodness gracious, some injuries really, really sore, really, really sore, and long term as well. If you've not got the right people,
Aye. That's the spring goes, and especially with the speedy players, if it's hamstrings, it's just never going to. It's going to go. That's what happens. They don't have any longevity in their career, But it was funny, but experienced team. The football player in it was Stephen Davis. So we've not moved on in 9 years.
Aye, definitely. But look, back then, Stephen Davis was probably one of the best. Would be one of the best players in the team, in my opinion. I always liked Stephen Davis. When he came back to us, I thought, what have we done wrong here? This is a bad move. It took him a while, and it took him a few months to get back to match fitness again. I mean, the first half of the season, before we fell off the cliff, Ox, he was superb. So he was, you could argue at a point he was probably better than he was when he actually, when he left us. After his first stint with us. Classy player, just all round that day. I thought he was excellent in that midfield. But I'll tell you who else I thought was excellent. See the amount of work Jelavic put in that day. Something else forgotten. Amount of work Oxy put in that day. See, watching the game again, it made me realise he absolutely worked his socks off, Jelavic. He really did that day.
He was a good player, mate. I mean, he didn't have electric pace, but intelligent, technique was excellent, brave, good finisher, Fox. He was a good player.
He was indeed, mate. Who did we get him off? Was it Rapid? One of the Rapid sides, wasn't it?
I think Rapid Vienna came through.
Rapid,
was it 5.5 or something, was it?
I think it took a long time to get the transfer early line, didn't it?
Aye. And obviously get that bad injury, but the old painter decorator took him out deliberately.
Yeah, but he was a good striker, mate. I think he scored a lot of intelligent goals. I think he could score with both feet. And as he showed in that game against Kilmarnock, he had quite a good strike for a long distance free kick, mate. I thought he was a good player.
Aye.
He left us and went to Everton, wasn't it?
Aye.
He was a quality player. Player.
I enjoyed him, Bridge. I did.
I loved his goal against them at Hampden when the ball hit the post, it hit the right hand post as we were looking at it, and then ran across and coming out the way, and then suddenly I swerved back in and hit the other post and went in. I loved that. Loved it.
Was that Big Weir's last game for us, was it?
I think it was, actually. I think it was. By the way, that era, we had some fantastic players came to Ibrox to play for us. Just fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful time. I'm glad I was part of all that. Glad I was part of it. They were well worth it. Well worth supporting, I'll tell you.
No, he played one more game. He started against Malmo at home.
Oh.
So, and then I think that was him. He got injured, and it's just sort of that he knew it was his time, didn't he?
Against Malmo.
Aye. I took a few months after that, a couple of months after that, qualified for the Champions League. We lost 1-0 at home, and we had them on toast over there, and then we had all these staff sending us. But don't get me started on that. Aye, that was a great memory. But talking about guys with great memories, we've been joined by the one and only George Logan. How we doing, George?
How's all doing, boys? All right?
Right, George.
Another good chat tonight. Ox, hope you're all well. He's going to talk about these games. I mean, we always come back to. I think we spoke about a few weeks ago. The big laugh that it was a hit or a miss. I mean, that day it'll be forever in the legendary status.
Oh, he's in folklore.
Aye.
What do you think of Lafferty? He's in Rangers history folklore, mate.
that probably goes for the biggest majority of the guys in that team, Ox. And I kind of what the folk have got to say about Stevie Naismith, but when Stevie Naismith played in the blue, he played in the blue, Ox, and that's one thing we can't take away from him. So that was a good team. I liked that team. I come on here every time you speak about these games, and whether it's the 96 or 98 or whatever it is, and Alex McLeish's team, whatever it was, I always seem to like the teams, and I think that was a good team. That was a winning team, hard to beat. I think you read the team a wee while ago there. I don't know who would have been at the back with Big David Weir, maybe Bagheera, Wilson.
Bagheera,
Ken. So, I mean, that was a right strong team. That was a good team worth supporting. I mean, they gave you everything. They really did, that team.
Was that the strongest back four in a while? Was that did you see the 2008 or that 2011? Because it was Whittaker and Papac who were both there in 2008, weren't they? And then Bagheera or Quella. So who would you go for if you were picking a centre half? We'll go to a centre half expert. Bridgman.
Are we speaking about Davy Weir and Bagheera, or just
no?
Just two good centre halves?
Davy Weir played with Quella in 2008, didn't he?
Aye. Well, I mean, are we speaking about both of them, or just one at a time?
No, who would you plump for? Bagheera?
Well, for me, I think Davy Weir had duration with Rangers, but I thought Quella was a fabulous centre half for us. I mean, he really was. I really think
you would take Quella over Bagheera, yeah?
I think so, yeah. I think he just did a fantastic job for us. Really and truly. Quality.
What about yourself, Fox? Quella or Bagheera?
Quella, for me, was the better of the two centre halves, but Bagheera was so much fun to watch, wasn't he? He was inspirational, mate. I used to love sitting watching him because you never knew what he was going to do next. He was as much a threat in attack as he was solid in defence. I like Big Bagheera.
George? Tough call, huh?
Well, for me, Ox, I mean, I did like Bagheera, of course I did. But Big Quella for me, Ox, the big man was just an absolute. I mean, Big Boomsong was running about that time as well, slightly before that. But for me, Carlos Quella was just different class. The way he played the game, the way he controlled the game, knew exactly what to do. But he was a proper centre half. I like Big Carlos of the Dogs.
All right, Rudy.
For me, it's got to be Quella. Don't get me wrong, I loved Bagheera. I like Fox. I loved watching him, Ox, you know. They fought the way he used to forage forward with the ball and he'd take on 3 or 4 players. I think he would go there and you see that times he was Pele. He was brilliant to watch. But for class, for a football point of view, it's got to be Carlos Quella for me.
I'm going to go against you, mate.
You going for Boogie?
I think that I remember watching Bagheera play against England in the 2010 World Cup. I think it was South Africa, wasn't it? They drew him, his country, mate, and he showed his class. I think what he had a wee bit of the Amoruso on him when he could showboat, but when he put his mind to it, mate, he was top draw.
He was a good player, Ox. I don't doubt that.
I like Big Quella, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I just think that Bagheera had something. He had a wee bit of the gold dust about him.
Had a bit of double in him, didn't he?
Aye, when he was on his game. But we'll put that to the lobby, so we'll make it easy for them. Skippers in the lobby, you can go C or B. There's initials you use a lot, Skipper. C or B. C for Quella and B for Bagheera.
It's a position that we've never had much problems with and often had terrific pairings at centre half. You wonder why it's such a problem at the present time, isn't it?
I know.
We just kind of get the. I mean, we did look as if we'd the brand right when the big Swede was in the team, because he was natural left-sided, Bridge, and you were going on that a lot, and then he got injured at Hampden in the final, didn't he?
Yeah, it's well. Look, I think that's to me that's caused a problem for Rangers. Having that guy out, I think he was doing really well and took us all the way to the final. And I thought he had a good game in the final until he got injured, obviously. But unfortunately for everybody in Rangers, the guy was, as you could see, was missing. but we still carried on, and we got it up, and we still whipped Emma Ibrox. But my goodness gracious, after the new year, I don't know whether we missed him or we missed our minds. I think we lost our minds. That's what it's probably been. But yeah, I'm desperate to get him back in the Rangers. Desperate. Great player, him, for us. Great player.
I just think we're comparing two real class centre half there, George, to see who's the best. Quella and Bagheera, you know, and it just shows you how fortunate we've been at times, you know. They two would have gotten most teams.
That's the thing, Ox, and I agree exactly what you're saying about Bagheera. I think we actually signed the Carlos and John Cordasio. I think after watching they two playing, I think we were playing the winners of that game, and their two teams in the next round of the youth, or whatever it was, anyway, ended up saying two cracking players we got at that time. But I think for me, I think Big Carlos was the better defender, all-round defender. But Big Boogie was just a guy you could love. I mean, just the way he came out, he was like against that lot, right, in the challenges, the way he hated losing games. He did have that bit of bomb scare about him, but he's probably just a big likeable guy as well as a good player for us, Ox.
Aye, I think I would say if you were saying who was the most consistent defender, Quella wins it out the park, Rudy. But there were, for people that played the same position, there was a lot. There wasn't a lot of similarities, was there?
No, really, they're different players completely, Ox, in all honesty. But you'd know, Quella didn't do the same kind of bombing forward with the ball at his feet as Bagheera like today. I remember seeing, I can't remember what game it was now, but I remember seeing Alan McCoy stone after one, maybe on, I don't know what it was, the highlights or whatever it was, and he was saying he gives you a heart attack at times the way he bombs forward with the ball. But, you know, he's got his fair share of goals and stuff like that as well, from what I remember.
Remember the goal he scored against Dundee United?
Oh, many players did he walks by? Six players, something like that, maybe 7 players just to put a ball in it. But it was a brilliant goal. And, he had his moments. But two completely different players, Ox. I'll tell you what, we could certainly be doing with the two of them, in all honesty, But two cracking players.
Sloan 55 in the lobby says that there's a shortage of good centre halves, probably worldwide. Do you think that could be down to the change of role in centre halves in football now?
Well, you mean they get the ball too much?
Aye, well, they're expected. I mean, we've got a couple of young centre halves there who are expected to do a lot more than just defend the goal. They're in control of the ball when the goalkeeper gives it to them. And it's a different position now than it was in your Terry Butchers and Richard Gough days, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I get that. They get the ball. I mean, as I said, we say it in jest, Bridge get player of the season, touched the ball 3 times. The goalie wouldn't have rolled it at you, Bridge, would he?
No. I'd have probably rolled it back right in his head.
What you did?
Exactly. No, I think that Fox is right. They're a different style of football now. They're ball-playing centre-halves. It's a great expectation that they must be able to play the ball as well. And, of course, you want this nice pass the ball out.
I thought you were doing a bit of things there.
No.
Great expectations.
No. I think there are, shall we say, bigger expectations of centre-halves and defenders in general to be able to play football. So we have to play football for the back, for the goalkeeper, back up the way. And through that way, Warburton, we saw here, he wanted to set up. Sorry?
Is it only me that frustrates? Because when you're 20 yards away from the goal, your own goal, you've got a chance of losing a goal. Get it up apart and see what happens. Am I being too old-fashioned there?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think, I don't know. When I was playing, the centre-half didn't do as much. That's not to say we couldn't play football.
No.
But you weren't expected to play football. I won the ball and we either top of the park, telling us if we were back at the defence, but if a wee bit further forward, you won the ball and you gave it to somebody who could play football.
Aye. George, do you feel that sometimes you overcomplicated? Sometimes you just go to get the ball apart and push your team up.
I do agree with that, Ox. I mean, I think centre halves have definitely became different things over the last well, you could see it maybe 10, 15 years ago, and probably again. But see for me, Ox, I mean, I think centre halves, as good as that, are hard to come by. Your big Carlos. I mean, a lot of folk didn't like. Everybody's different. Big Carlos or Biguera, Amoruso, Goff. I mean, all different standards of players. Even Kyrgiakos. Not a lot of folk like Kyrgiakos, but they're all different kind of centre half doing different jobs. And we were plucking them out there left, right, and centre. Ross. You're paying big money for guys that have got a bit of bomb scared about them already.
Mm-hmm. Right, Woody, putting you on the spot, mate. Get in that black chair.
Right. Okay.
Who's your top 3 Rangers centre half? I know. I mean, you go back to Woodburn and that. So, who's your top 3?
Top 3. I'm going to go for.
I need to hurry you now.
Right, Goff.
Goff. Number 1 or number 3?
Goff number 1.
Right.
But then I'm going to have to go for Queller then for number 2. To be honest.
Right.
Queller is number 2. Number 3. Oh, who am I going to go for number 3?
Come on, Rudy. I'll give a work on Monday.
I'm going to go Butcher. I just thought Butcher was a warrior, to be honest with you.
All right, okay. Same question to the Fox.
God, that's a hard one. We've had so many good ones, mate. But I'd probably go Goff, Ronnie McKinnon, and Butcher, mate. I thought they were great centre halves.
Okay. The Bridge.
I can't argue with what Fox says. I would have to have McKinnon in there somewhere. I think he was an outstanding centre half for Rangers. Absolutely outstanding. Wonderful to watch. And very fast. Very fast.
Very fast.
So I think that it would be. I can't disagree with what Foxy says. There's somewhere in something tells me I'd want Queller in there somewhere just because he's all round defensive skills. But no, what he said is good enough for me. Good enough.
All right, George Logan.
You can't really argue what anybody's saying there. For me, it's always going to be Richard Goff, number 1, definitely. Ox, Big Carlos has got to be in there. And just to be quick, Hingme as well. I mean, guy, I really liked Craig Moore as well. Ox, I thought Craig Moore maybe wasn't the top centre half I ever had, but I quite like Craig Moore as well. Big Amoruso. I mean, we've had the best.
Big Amoruso could play, mate. He could play.
I liked Amoruso. For me, I mean, definitely Goff, Queller, and possibly Amoruso as well. That'd probably be my 3 top guys, Ox.
Good shout there about the big Australian Craig Moore, mate.
Aye.
Took time to settle in at Rangers, but I think he get better with every season he played with, and he was very underrated, mate. No many people get by him.
Very calm on the ball, Fox. So he was when he had the ball. You know, really.
Guy, sorry, just to say, I don't remember thinking of Craig Moore as a centre half. I know he played there, but he was more like a sweeper to me, or a centre half's mate. You know, that's the way I look at him. You know, that's not been funny. That's the way I thought about it. You know,
but you're seeing one player as a centre half a lot of the times.
That's right.
Double.
That's it.
The doubles. You know, I mean, you wouldn't say that Beckenbauer was a centre half, but Dewey would play the centre half position, wouldn't he?
Well, I think he was probably the original sweeper, wasn't he?
Exactly. You don't see that anywhere. That's a knack that's disappeared out of football, isn't it?
You know, I remember some Sundays when we were playing football, just even bounce games, and you see some of these young lads who could play football, and they're behind the centre half, and all of a sudden the ball comes to them and they pick the ball up and away they run 30, 40, 50 yards with the ball at their feet. Fabulous to watch. Fabulous.
And yet, nobody's mentioned Davy Weir yet, Ox. I mean, he did a fantastic job for us.
He was, great. So I'm going to be in my top 10. I don't think but it's hard to believe. But I would go, believe it or not, I would go for Forsyth, Goff, and Butcher. That would be my Big Forsyth number 3. Just either. I love Big Tam. I thought he was a marvellous player. And when he got injured, I don't think John Gregg ever replaced him when he was trying to build a team.
Was he no merely a kind of what we would have called a player that played in front of the back too, Forsyth, mate? Although he did.
With Jackson, didn't he?
I'm just saying that although he did drift back to centre half, I think he was merely a wing half back. If that's the way it should have been.
When you watch that Wallace team, and I watched some of the 76 games, there was times when they played with 3 at the back. They pushed Jardine and your mate Pridge Alec Miller on, but I just thought he was as hard as nails and a real blue nose and just passed the ball. The pleasure of sitting next to him at the Dundee Cup final when Big Amo scored the header. There with my dad and my boy were sitting there just in line with the 18-yard box the Rangers had. Main stand, and these 3 guys came and sat next to us. Peter McCloy, who else was there? Tom Forsyth, and it was somebody else, I can't remember. I was starstruck. My boy was looking at me as if I was stupid. But what a gentleman he was as well. And I thought he was hard as nails, and also Gough and Butcher. I think Big Butcher, it was only ways for 4 years, but when we first came on the scene, he was magnificent for me. And a player with my generation had never seen somebody of that quality.
Yeah, because I remember I was living in England a long time, and Butcher was the top man for Ipswich for a long time. Just a fantastic player for them. And then England, top man for England. Just brilliant.
Big man.
Aye.
But Gough, hard to see by Gough. I mean, obviously we're captain for 9 in a row, George, but brave, fast, real determination to win, and obviously loved our club as well because he fought hard to get to Ibrox, didn't he?
Aye, that's right, Oxy. Everything you've said there, I mean, that's exactly right. Everything he'd done for the club, but just the power of the guy, the way Hodgie said, even to this day, Ox, when we speak to him and things like that, even when he was on the park, he just conducted everything well. He was a leader. He looked like a leader. That's what a real leader should be like. And I came talking with Big Carlos and other good centre halves who have been centre halves, but for me, Big Gough just head and shoulders above anybody I've ever seen like.
Aye. Rudy, I mean, when you think about it, come on the scene, he was an attacking right back, Gough, wasn't he?
That's right, aye. It's a bit of a circuitous route to get to us, really, didn't he, But what a player, what a captain, just absolutely demanded the best out of everybody in the team constantly. And he was a driving force for us, so he really was. If only we could pick out a captain like that nowadays. But I suppose that debate's for another day. But what a fantastic player, I mean, I watched him everywhere he played. I watched him and I thought, what a player that guy is, And then he came to us, and what a job he done for us. He didn't let us down in the slightest. Even at this stage, George was just saying there, Hodgie's he's a gentleman, carries himself well, talks well. Anytime I ever see him in interviews and stuff, he still speaks as highly as ever about the Rangers and, about his career at Rangers. And fantastic player, Ox. He really was fantastic.
Can I come in on that one, Ox, there?
Yes, mate.
I think Richard Gough's probably the best right back, non-Rangers playing right back I'd ever seen. Aye. I thought he was a wonderful player. He was with Dundee United. He was tremendous, outstanding. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Dundee United, but he was a fantastic player. Then, of course, we got the battle and then he went to Spurs and then come back.
Listen, mate, they had some fabulous players then in Dundee United. Whether we liked it or no, I mean, I thought that Sturrock was a magnificent player, Bridge.
Yeah, he was most assuredly a great player. Fantastic.
Well, a great player. And they had some good players. And Gough was a young man getting that team successful career. And won the Scottish League with 2 teams, didn't he? Because he was part of that League Winning team as young man, 83, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then obviously won it with us. Won 9 with us. So he had 10 championship medals, I believe, Gough. But Gough was a marvellous player. But I'm just putting Butcher in front of him personally because I hadn't seen the likes, mate. He was just slightly better than Craig Patterson.
Yeah.
Derry Butcher just oozed class as well, though, Ox. I mean, he was a captain. He's the kind of captain that you want in your side. The kind of captain that's going to demand the best for everybody around about him. absolute warrior of a centre-back, Terry Butcher. He'd run through brick walls. You could see why he was England captain, you know, why he did such a great job for Ipswich and stuff like that as well. But you could see why he was England captain. He was he was a man mountain. I met him just outside the Ibrox one day and had a quick chat, me and a couple of mates for about 2 or 3 minutes to him, you know, and some of my mate's wee boy was getting an autograph for him, and he was just a man mountain here. You know, we kind of walked away, we were saying to each other, can you imagine having to tackle him or come up against him? You know, huge, but aye, what a player Terry Butcher was. So Terry Butcher definitely be in my top 3, definitely.
And it's quite sad what's happened to Butcher. I don't know if he was bitter because of the way he left the club as soon as 1990, you know. Yeah.
He's been a bit of a letdown, really, hasn't he? Since, you know, he did all his punditry stuff and some of the garbage that he's come out with over the years. You know, it's kind of, maybe it's in the eyes of some bears, it's kind of tarnished what he did for us a wee bit, you know. But I think you've just got to think back to the performances that he put on for us, and I tend to just stick with that, you know. I try to think about what he did afterwards, you know, when he left us. Aye, but maybe, as you say, felt a wee bit bitter because of what happened. Aye,
I think that's exactly what happened. He completely changed. He changed his mind about Rangers to a certain extent after he fell away as soon as. I don't know if he ever actually made it back up again, you know, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, you know, he had a great partnership with that boy, Russell Osman, at Ipswich. What a partnership with a centre-half. Fantastic.
What a team. What a team.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant to watch.
Oh.
I went to see them when they were playing against with Clough, great Nottingham Forest side. Liverpool were there and everything. They were really good teams. And Ipswich was a great side. Fantastic side. Brilliant to watch. John Wark in their team. Oh, my goodness.
Aye, John Walker. One of our own.
One of our own. He went on to Liverpool, didn't he, Wark?
Aye. And obviously, he's more famous for Escape for Victory now.
I was going to say that was a great side he had there. Played alongside Pelé.
Aye, 3 centre-halves. You could go on a day. I think 3's low, but we've had some good genes, haven't we? And we talked about Bagheera, who played in that game against Kilmarnock, and we talked about Cleller, and obviously there was a lot of similarities between Big Bagheera and Amoruso, wasn't there, George?
Aye, there definitely was, Ox. That's the thing. I mean, I like Big Bagheera. I thought Amoruso was that bit better and maybe a bit more of a football player as well. But I mean, that's guys you mentioned, Quayle, I mean, Big Gough, Butcher and things like that. You go back down the years and you probably mentioned the main guys. I mean, I like the big Swedish boy as well, big
Bjorklund.
Aye.
He might have been the fastest out of the lot of them.
That was the thing I was about to say, Ox. He was really, really fast. So I quite like him as well. But we've definitely had the pick of the centre half through the years. Even going back just to, like you say, to the Davy Weir and I mean, Danny Wilson was a different player when he played with Davy Weir as well. So even just going back to there, I think we've been spoilt with good centre halves.
Aye, Fox.
That was a good centre half wasted, that boy Danny Wilson. He was coming on to be a really good player, and all of a sudden something happened with him. I don't know what it was, but never the same.
Well, think about it. When they left us the second time, where'd they go? Back to Hearts, was it? Where'd they go? Can't even remember where he went when he came back the second time. You thought he was going to go and be, but he never kicked on. But when he came into the team as a boy with Davy Weir, I don't know if it was a Weir influence that done it for him, but
I left too early, Ox. He shouldn't have left so quickly. He should have had in a couple of seasons. So he should have before he went down south.
That's the trouble is, mate, is at that time you go to that league, mate, it's life changing money, isn't it?
Certainly, especially for a young player the age he was, you know, and offering you funny money compared to what you're possibly getting at Rangers, or anywhere really, you know, a big club.
It's hard because you do that contract, you should be set for life, shouldn't you?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aye, but he never seemed the same player again when he came back. Certainly, when he came back up the road, he never seemed to show. He never seemed to develop on the promise that he showed when he was playing beside Davy Weir before he headed off down south. You know, that sort of promise never developed fully. You know, and Yeah, that's probably it happens to a lot of young players, I think, Ox, you know.
What I was surprised about that nobody put Rob Kiernan in the selection.
I was just about to say that a wee while ago. See, you asked for my top three, I was going to have third.
What about Kribari?
Kribari. Oh, aye.
There's a pass for the pass bridge.
Oh, unbelievable. Some of the stuff that we had to watch, just unbelievable, you know.
Oh, aye.
You know, there's the Rangers centre-half who's a legend and played in marvellous matches. And even when I watched him live when I was only younger, Fox, but he always looked uncomfortable. But what a centre-half he was for us was Colin Jackson.
He was a good centre-half for us. Good centre-half.
Yeah.
Your name's Bridge.
Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry.
Colin Jackson was a fine centre-half, mate. Big, strong in the air, quick in the tackle again. It's very hard to see enough about some of the centre-halves that we've had. I think we've had a load of quality centre-halves. And this came back to Danny Wilson. Did he end up eventually with Colorado Rapids?
I think he went. I wonder what happened. That's been a few years ago now, isn't it?
I think I was about 2017, 2018 he went there.
Yep.
Aye,
I forgot that's when he went to America. Aye, that's right.
He had a marvellous season with Hearts, didn't he? He was Hearts captain when they were in the Championship. He came down and took them straight back up again.
He was with Hearts twice, I think, mate. Wasn't it?
Tell you the truth, I can't remember now.
He went there on loan at first, I think, and then signed for them permanently.
Well, when he went there, they went down. They got relegated into this when we were in the Championship, and they beat us and Hibs as well to get up to the top league again.
He'd have still been under contract to Liverpool at that time that he went up on loan and then signed permanently, I think, you know.
Yeah. We made a couple of bob at him, getting him over to Liverpool, but you know we might even get more a bit of luck. But he was pretty good to look when he was alongside Weir. But
some good players, some good memories. Back to that day at Kilmarnock when was Morris Edu an unsung hero for us, or was he just somebody who made up the numbers? George Logan.
I like Morris Edu. Ox, I did. A lot of folk had different opinions about Morris Edu. I liked him. I liked all the American players. They were all athletes. Reyna, DeMarcus Beasley, even the wee boy who had up on loan last season for Bournemouth or something like that. Hyman. I mean, I think they're all quite athletic people. Get about the park. I liked wee Edu. I thought he'd done a good job for us at the time. Off.
Aye.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Claudio Onena was one of the best players we had. A utility player.
Class player, Ox. Really classy.
Marvellous football player. First time I see him play at Tannadice, I think he made his debut. I thought, who's this guy? And he could play. Kept it very simple. Passed and moved. Played for the team. Great player he was, Reyna. Fantastic player. Edu, once he left us, he disappeared, Rudy, didn't he?
He certainly did, aye. I never really followed much his career once he'd gone. And George is right, my big mate was never really that keen on Edu. That is until the twos were in the East Enclosure and he scored his last minute winner at Ibrox against them. He soon changed his mind after that later on that night, you know. But I always liked Edu. I thought he was really, really good, hard worker. The kind of player that never done anything tricky, never done anything fancy, just kept it all really simple but worked really hard, Ox, and you need them in your team. You know, there's no use having loads of fancy Dans that can play fancy football. You need the hard workers in your team as well. And that Edu kind of, like, I think he was kind of in that kind of mould. A good hard worker, kept things really simple, but was just a really good player. And that goal for me that he scored, the last minute winner for me, will always stick in my mind, simply because of my big mate that was with that day, you know. But a big fan of Edu when he was at Rangers. Really liked him.
Aye, Fox Edu. Never know we were on when he left us, but he could get about the pitch, couldn't he? He was athletic.
He was what you call a water carrier, wasn't he?
Makes sense.
Water carrier.
Yeah, well, he was always there in the middle of the park to break up play and hopefully start a move going forward. I liked Edu. He worked very hard when he was at Rangers.
Right, athlete, wasn't he? He was a good athlete.
He was. All American players.
He scored that goal, was it in the last minute of the game or something like that against them? Fabulous. Just unbelievable stuff. The roar of the Ibrox that time when he scored.
Bridge, didn't it? Just went mental that day.
It just went crazy. Just absolutely radio rental. And of course, it was a wonder shot, wasn't it?
I feel about 6 inches out.
Do unsung hero for you, George, or somebody?
I quite liked him. He was one of the guys. Maybe an unsung hero. Done what he had today, and he wasn't the most skillful player in the world, but he wasn't a feat of tackle. He was a bit an athlete. So no, I quite liked him. That full midfield. I heard you saying Greg Well, but the rest of the midfield, Stephen Naismith would have been a forward. So who else would have been in the midfield that day?
Stephen Davis, Edu Davis, and Wild would have sort of played a 4-4-2, mate.
Aye. So that wasn't the greatest midfield in the world, Ox, but I liked Edu as a player. I thought he'd done a good job for us.
Aye, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. And of course, Mr. Consistency was in the team, wasn't he? Sasa. God, was he one of the most consistent we ever had?
7 out of 10 every game, Ox.
Aye, frightening. Big Sasa. I think we didn't realise how good he was till he left us, Bridgeman. Come off a mute, Bridge. Somebody else want to come in?
What's that, pal?
Sasa Papic, very consistent. We didn't realise how good he left us.
Of course, and he started off he was also a centre half to start off with. But he slotted in at left back absolutely wonderfully. So you go 2 or 3 seasons at Sasa Papic, which I dare say it was some of the finest parts of his life.
Well, I think Sasa was raised quite well. You don't realise McLean signed him 2007 and he was raised
6 years or something. He was
6 years with that. So I do apologise.
Finished his career with Rangers, of course, But
what a servant! What a servant to Rangers! Just wonderful.
There we go. Come on, hurry up. Come on.
I thought that when he first came to us, I thought he wasn't the greatest. I'm not going to lie, he grew on me and I really liked him in the end up. But I think Glenn signed him at the same time as Fenson. I think he tried to play the 2 centre halves, and that's where it went wrong. But a big Papic was a great player for an end up. Great left back.
I'll just tell you his stats, George. Did you 227 games for his Sasa Papic?
Wow.
2 substitutes, 7 goals. Was he prolific, was he? Let me see whose goals were against. St John. He scored 4 times against St Johnstone. Only scored 7 goals, and 4 of them are against St Johnstone. Brilliant. I can't believe that. 227 games, big Papic. Signed, made his debut 2006, September 2006, and then I think he finished with us on 2012, the end of that season, mate. So he's 6 years with his Bridge.
Do you remember he got hit with the ball in a Celtic Rangers match, and it knocked him out? Who was it? What was the Celtic player?
Do you remember that Stokes tackled him in the first match?
I remember that well. That was a disgrace.
How that was a red card.
Nobody knows.
If that had been a Rangers player that done that, they'd have been off the park. That was a red card all day.
He took him on deliberately. No question about it.
Tackle. It was just disgusting tackle.
Bridge, man. We've reached that time of the year.
Oh, what can I say? These lovely little evenings of chat are just fantastic. Wonderful night with Oxford. Well done to everybody. can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly the Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, wonderful night tonight, and every single one is keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us now. Keep it going.
All right, thanks for the memory. Since we're still on lock-in, is that the right word? Lockdown. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 10. I'll have a quick chat about all things Rangers. You never know, some news might break over the weekend. Thanks for George. Thanks for Rudy. Thanks for Fox. Thanks for Bridgman joining us as the panel. And thanks for Old School Blue, the unsung hero of Rangers Radio, who keeps us all on our toes. Thanks for Skipper and CB in the lobby for all the rubbish jokes. But keep us all going. We'll be back tomorrow night. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad times, of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I would have a lad, I would show him the way, as he did on that day. And so here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the just with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.